Okay. 4.3 average daily balance method. So this is a little more complicated, but the last few steps are exactly the same as what we've done so far. So I may need to do this in more than one video just because it might be kind of long. So I'm hopefully going to be able to let you see all the numbers. So here we go. So it's literally the average of all the daily balances. So the first day of the month, the second day of the month, all of those get added together and then just divided by however many days are in that month. And these are just all the steps that we're going to be doing, but it's just easier to show you than to just read out what these say. So we're just going to start. So here is a chart. So we have a person whose credit card company uses the average daily balance method, including all the purchases. So if you look here, anything with the star is a new purchase. So we're going to do those three. Okay, so to make things go a little faster, I did fill in some of this. So I'm going to try and explain it as we go. So it will, the question said that his balance on the first day of the month on his credit card was $225.60. So on this line, we're only talking about one day. So it's one day. So we're going to multiply the balance that day times the 1, and we get $225.60. Then in the problem, it told us that on the 4th, he purchased something. So because it only talked about the 1st and the 4th, we have to fill in the days that are missing because we have to have a balance for every single day. So because of that, there's no transaction, so the balance stays exactly the same. So this is 2 different days, so it's 2 days. So we're going to take the balance of $225.60 and multiply it by 2 days because the balance on the 2nd was $225.60 and the balance on the 3rd was $225.60. And instead of having a bunch of numbers that we just add, we're just going to multiply. So that equals $451.20. So then we just leave that alone. We come down here and we had a purchase. Well, if the day before the balance was $225.60, we need to take that and we add the $128.99, and that equals a new balance of $354.59. That's only one day on that line. So we are going to just write the number over here. Okay, so then the next actual transaction or change in the balance happens on the 9th. So the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, nothing happened. So we keep the same balance. The 5th, so we have the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. That's actually 4 days. It may look like it's 3, but it's 4. So we need to multiply that by 4, and we get $1,418.36. Okay, so then on the 9th we have the transaction occur. So we take the one from the previous day, we add it because it's a purchase, and we get a new balance of $376.48. So that's only one day. So times 1 equals $376.48. Okay, so then the next transaction doesn't happen until the 12th. So again, we have to fill in the missing days. So the 10th and 11th is 2 days. We keep the balance the same. So 2 of that balance is $752.96. So then again, there's another purchase on this day. So then we add it and get our new balance, and it's for 1 day. So it's $404.27. Then the next transaction that changes the balance is not till the 18th, but it isn't a purchase, so that's why these are bolded. Anyway, so we fill in the 13th to the 17th, and so nothing happened, so we keep the same balances above. So then we have the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th, so that's 5 days. So that's $2,021.35. And then we come here and there's a subtract of $35.99, probably a credit to their account for maybe a return or an unauthorized purchase, something like that. So we subtract that from the previous balance, and our balance drops to $368.28. So we multiply that by 1 day. So $368.28. Then we have another transaction the very next day. There's a fee of $35. So that gets added to the balance. So then $403.28 for 1 day. Okay, then the last transaction they talk about is a payment of $75 on the 24th. So we fill in the gap between the 19th and the 24th. So it's the 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So 4 days. So multiply by 4 days. And that one is $1,613.12. And then we have a payment, so we will subtract the 75 and get the $328.28. So that's for 1 day. So then, and that's the last transaction. So the last day of the month is not the 24th. So we have to fill in the rest of the month. So the rest of the month of October is the 25th to the 31st. So that is 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st. So I have 7 days. So 7 days. So it equals $2,297.96. Okay. So because this is the average of the daily balances, we have to take the daily balances and add them all together. The way I'm working it in my class is if you can come and match all these to my key, then I will give you this final number, simply because this final number is such a big part of the rest of the answers for this question. So anyway, so the total on this is $11,015.73. So that's all these added together. So all that work, and we haven't even really started to answer the problem. Okay, so it says find the sum of the daily balances, which we did. That was the 11,000, and divide by the number of days the statement covers, or how many days are in that month. So we come in here and do $11,015.73, and we divide it by 31 days because October has 31 days. So then we get $355.35, which is actually the average daily balance. So now we do things kind of like, we do it just like we did it before. Now we have the balance that we use. Instead of the previous balance or the adjusted balance, we use this. So we have find monthly periodic rate. So up here it told us that his APR is 18%. So we take our 18 divided by 12 months. So it's 1.5% monthly periodic rate. So then we take the finance charge will be, we will take the average daily balance, so the 355.35, times it by, and remember you have to bring that back too, so 0.015, and there's only 1 month that we're dealing with, so you can multiply it by 1, and then we get $5.33 for a finance charge. Okay, so now the next slide, it just wants the new balance. So looking at this, we just start at the top and we start with the balance. So the $225.60, and then we just take care of the purchases and the different transactions. So $128.99 plus $21.89 plus $27.79 minus $35.99 plus $35 and minus $75. But always remember that you need to include the finance charge. So we need to add the $533. So if we add and subtract all of those things, we get $333.61 as the new balance using that method. Okay, so the other way that this can be done is that new purchases are not included. That just means that you're not being charged a finance charge on things the second that you buy it, which is really the way that it should be done. You shouldn't be charged until you don't pay the bill. So we're going to use kind of the same. We're going to use the Juan situation, but I'm going to have this up here. Let's see, hold on. I'm going to flip it to a different one. Sorry about that. This one. Okay, so we would not include each of these things that has a star because they're the purchases. So if you look, the first actual transaction that is not a purchase doesn't occur until the 18th. So we are able to do the 1st through the 17th in one line because nothing happens and they keep the same balance. Okay, so that is 17 days. So we're going to use $225.60 times 17 days. So we have $3,835.20. Okay, so then the next thing is the one on the 18th because we have to do that one. So we have a $35.99 negative. So then we take the previous balance, the $225.60, and we subtract the $35.99. So now our balance is $189.61. We're doing that for 1 day, so we get $189.61 there. So then the next one is the very next day, so the 19th. And some students saw it as that they didn't have to do anything that was added. That's not true because a fee is not a purchase. So we still have to include that one. So if we add that one now, so add 35, so now it's $224.61 for 1 day. And so that's 224.61. And then our next one isn't until the 24th. So what I do is when I know that there's going to be a gap, I just go ahead and write the next actual transaction, but then I come up here and I fill it in. So the ones that are missing is the 1020 to the 1023. So that's 4 days. So nothing happened there, so we keep the 224.61 times 4 days, and we get $898.44. Then on the 24th, we have our $75, what I assume is a payment. So we go ahead and do the 224.61 minus 75, and that's 149.61, and that's for 1 day. And then remember, you have to fill in the rest of the month because we have to get charged for the whole month. 31, so that was 7 days. Nothing happened, so we keep the 149.61. So then we have 147.27. Then we'll go ahead and add all of that together.
A reminder, students, lunch ends at 11:30. Be back by 11:30. Thank you.
Okay, so then it's 630, 63, yeah, this number. Okay, so really quickly, we're going to take that and divide it by 31, and we get 204.67.